Hey folks, I'm just going to give you a little update on something that I haven't really tried before. This is some rosemary. I have 3 sprigs in here. I hadn't really considered trying these. I even thought, maybe I'll grow them from seed next year or something like that. What changed my idea on that, I've been really into this herb lately. Really enjoyed it, been cooking with it. And I've been buying it from the store a few times, so I thought, what the heck, might as well try doing some cuttings, and that's what I did. You probably saw in a previous video, if you've been watching a lot of my videos, I basically just took some of this, I cut the bottom part off, well, more like pinched them off, and then just put it in water. I really didn't pay much care to it. I just made sure the water was full. The water did evaporate quite a lot. I didn't have it under any grow-like conditions. I just had it right beside my windowsill, not even in front of my windowsill, just little minimal light. And now I've been noticing it's starting to root. Here's one of them. Good sized roots, but often what's more important is how many different areas or nodes are rooting out, because if you just have the roots coming out of one little point, there might not be enough water to get to the rest of your plant. Let me show you some of the other ones. See, this one is it just has one little area, but it's really developed a nice little taproot. And then this one, it has sort of like 2 little points coming out of it. I don't know how well you can see, and that's that's a good sign. And I even at the very end, it started to sort of root out, so that looks good. I pretty much want to wait a little bit longer for to plant these into soil. I do have some soil ready to go for these. I've mixed up. I'm just going to put them all in here, and I'm going to label this and start growing them in soil. But this level, they're just not quite there. But what I'm going to do probably in a couple days, depending on how these go, I'll plant them in the soil, and I'll probably put it all in one update. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress. In fact, when I planted this one, all of this is new, this right here. And you can see it's actually bent towards the light for when I'm doing this, so it's actually growing and rooting at the same time. I'm kind of impressed. Yeah, I'm very happy about this. I'm not going to have to wait for them to root. Seeds, that can take, basically a full season or even a year. I've posted videos on some other herbs, and they can take a long time. So I should be able to get the instant gratification. Once these get going, I'll probably have be harvesting from them, within a month or 2, or maybe less. So I'm pretty happy with this. Nice little tip. I also had some time going with these. I had a little mishap. The time were starting to root, but not as quickly. So I'm going to try again. What I actually did is I knocked over the cup, and the time got a little damaged. So that's okay. That'll be another video. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. I'm going to plant them in soil, and you'll see that probably next. Thanks. So I've given my rosemary 2 extra days since my last video. I realized that, they weren't quite as mature as I'd like with the root system to transplant them. They have grown a fair amount in these 2 days, so I'm pretty happy about that. Also, what I like about this one is I have a few different rooting sites, which is always a good thing. You can do okay with sort of one taproot, but it's always better to have a couple different points to start drawing water from. And this one's the same thing. I've got a couple different points here. So what I'm starting with, I have some pre-moistened soil. I just filled up the low bottom, and the reason I just filled up the bottom like that is because these are very long cuttings. I mean, if I probably did it again, I would maybe not use such a tall piece. But like I said before, this part and up is all new growth. When I originally took this out, it definitely wasn't this long. It was like almost half. So, yeah, so I'm just going to put this in the bottom. I'm going to start all three of these in one cup, just for now. And hopefully I can keep them in this until I take them outside. That's my plan anyway. So I'm just going to try and fit all three of them in here. And I am kind of limited on space right now because I'm growing about a million things, getting things ready for my garden. So these two are the ones with the long stalks. So I'm just going to start filling up some soil, which I have in this other cup. And now this is sort of clumpy. Because it was sort of wet, it's a little clumpy. It's actually amazing the smell that this particular herb gives off. Very strong. And you know, the minute you press on any leaf or break something off, it just gives it a nice little aroma. You can almost taste it. There, so I used my hand to sort of hold these up because, you know, all these cuttings are different height. So I sort of held them up so that they all come out of the ground, or the you know, dirt level of the cup at around the same level. And now this is the shorter of the three. I'm going to put this one in last. And it is a really long root, so I'll try and get it in there. There we go. There, that's it. Have my three rosemary ready to grow. You know, I'm pretty happy about this, especially because, you know, I was probably going to grow them from seed anyway. And if I did grow them from seed, to get like to this, I don't know how long it would take, but I'm pretty sure it would take, you know, at least 4 to 6 months. And I'm saying at least, maybe more. So, you know, I'm getting a nice good head start. And, yeah, it was easy, very low effort. You know, just basically took this cup, took these, you know, pieces, put them in, and just made sure the water was full. They do take up a lot of water. I had to refill this probably every 4 days. I was really surprised. It caught me by surprise a few times where I looked and the water was like really low. And you know, that's probably evaporation too. But I don't know, these things seem to suck the water up. And it was probably partly this guy too who started growing in the middle of my, you know, making cuttings. Or rooting cuttings, I should say. So that's it. Next step, I'll plant it outside. Thanks for watching.